Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krato of the great sages Kratu, Api also Kriya Kriya, Bharya wife, Valakkalya, just like Valakkalya. Asuyata begot Rishin, sages, Shashti, 60, Sahasrani, 1,000, Jalata, very brilliant, Brahma Tejasa, by dint of Brahman effulgence. Translation. Kratu's wife Kriya gave birth to 60,000 great sages named Valakkalyas. All these sages were greatly advanced in spiritual knowledge, and their bodies were illuminated by such knowledge. Kriya was the sixth daughter of Kardama Muni, and she produced 60,000 sages who were known as the Valakkalyas because they all retired from family life as Vanaprasthas. Text 40. Urjayam Jagnire putra Vashishthasya parantapa Chitraketu pradhanaste sapta brahmarshayo mula. Translation. The great sage Vasishtha begot his wife Urja, sometimes called Arundhati, seven spotlessly great sages headed by the sage named Chitraketu. 41. Chitraketu Surochascha Viraja Mitra Evacha Ulbano Vasubhridyano Vyuman Shakti Adyo Pare. The names of these seven sages are as follows: Chitraketu, Suruchi, Viraja, Mitra, Ulbana, Vasubhridyana, and Dyuman. Some other very competent sons were born from Vashishta's other wife. Prophet Urja, who is sometimes known as Arundhati, was the wife of Vashishta, was the ninth daughter of Kardama Muni. Text 42. Chittistvatharvana patni lebhe putram dritavritam datyamcham ashvishirasam brigor vamsham nibodhame. Chitti, wife of the sage Atharva, gave birth to a son named Ashvashira by accepting a great vow called Datyanyatcha. Now you may hear from me about the descendants of the sage Bhrigu. The wife of Atharva, known as Chitti, is also known as Shanti. She was the eighth daughter of Kardama Muni. Hare Krishna. Om Agnyantimirantasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamritamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishna Bhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarupyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So this morning during japa time, I had a thought. You know how during japa all kinds of thoughts come. Um, but this was something more on the um, philosophy. And that thought was It is a typical custom. When you meet someone in the morning, you say, "Good morning, good morning." So, what exactly is good? I mean, you're wishing someone, may your morning be good. But typically, whenever we are talking about good, when we say wishing someone good, what people think, most of us, including us, what is good for us is typically on the material platform. Oh, whatever I'm doing, my plan should go well, or this should happen, that should happen. All whatever plans we are making, if that is aligning, whatever happens aligns with whatever our plans is, so that is good. If it doesn't, that is bad. So it's still, everything is on the material. Now, actually, then when thought went further, I thought that every morning when we are coming here for Bhagavatam, correct? That's the absolute good. It's not on the material platform, it's on the spiritual platform. We get to learn so many things, and whatever we've learned, we then have the opportunity to put it into practice. So, coming to Bhagavatam is not just good morning, chanting is not just good morning. It is the best morning, the best way to start the day. So, thank you everyone for your association. So what I've done is I also would like to thank Achintya Manohar Prabhu. A couple of weeks ago, he had invited us to, share Krishna consciousness. He's doing a small little sangha called the Bhagavad Gita Circle with mainly newcomers. Very nice initiative. On the Zoom call, we meet in the evening. So after the class got over, question answers, a few days later, he sent a link and I was exploring in that link because it's a Spotify link and came upon Gauranga Prabhu from the Gopinath Mandir Chowpatty. I came across Gauranga Prabhu's class on Bhagavatam. The 10 subjects, what are the 10 subject matters that Bhagavatam deals with? I'll share that with you in a summary because we only have about 20 minutes. And then specifically for this particular chapter, why are we getting into all the, family tree of Manu? What does it mean to us? Why is it important? So we'll first do the 10 subjects and then how this links up to Hare Krishna. So the 10 subjects is of Bhagavatam starts with Sarga, that is called the primary creation. Then it is the Visarga. Once the Sarga, all the elements and material is there, ingredients are there, then Shri Brahma, Lord Brahma, starts putting a shape around that Hare Krishna. Then the third one is Thana, position of the living beings. So, position of the living beings, we can understand who we really are, what is our identity, and in the whole scheme of things, where we fit in. Then comes Poshana. Poshana means protection by the Lord. So, what the Lord does, he's done everything. Brahma is just the, how do you say, the architect, but the whole intelligence, design, everything is Krishna. And then, the Poshana is whatever is there, how the Lord protects it, how he maintains it. Then comes the Uti. Uti is the creative impulses. So all of us have desires. The soul, Jivatma, has desire. That's the nature of the soul. And these desires lead to activities. So the fifth subject matter talks about whatever is this impulses that the living being has. Then comes the Manvantaras, the reign of the Manus. These are like superintendents of the creation. And what they do is different manus and how, what is the purpose of them being the superintendent? That is so that they can establish dharma, the different religious principles. Then the seventh one is called Ishanukatha, that is Ishan, stories about Krishna and his devotees. So we can understand that, what is the engagement, how jivas engage with the Supreme. Then the eighth one is called Nirodha, dissolution. That means what happens, whatever comes into being also is dissolved, like what goes up comes down, right? So the cosmic dissolution at the end of the creation, that's what the Nirodha dissolution topic talks about. Then there is Mukti, liberation. So how from this creation, material creation, of course, what we're talking is material creation, devotees. So how a person can get liberation from that, the material bondage. There are different methods, and then what is the best method to get out of it? Then there is Ashraya, supreme. This is the most important supreme shelter of Krishna. Here it is everything, the entire Bhagavatam dovetails into this Ashraya. It leads one, not sentimental, not emotional, not specifically, but in a very systematic way. It takes the person and brings him to the point of Ashraya. So, Ashraya, taking shelter of Krishna, is the most important, the final one. As they say, save the best for last. So, you go gradually. Now, Prabhupada also and all the acharyas instruct that when we study the Bhagavatam, it should be done systematically, starting from first chapter, go verse by verse, understand what the purports are, Vaishnav share realizations. And that's how our entire knowledge, we get to have the full picture. You cannot jump here and there, go all the way. So it has to be done in a systematic way. And if we go through that, then you come to the stage of shelter, sarva dharman parityaja. So Bhagavatam brings you to that stage where one can surrender. Hare Krishna. Now, with this background, dear devotees, let me pull up the notes on specifically what is the significance of uh, the Shri Manu's, uh, Swayambhuna Manu's family tree. Hare Krishna. So earlier speakers have said that how they've contributed, right? Their progenies. So how they have contributed to the creation and continuation of the universe's population. Those of you who are from India, there is something called, something which is called Kul Devata. Kul Dev. Kul is like a family, an extended family, and who's the predominating deity. So in our community, I come from a community called Saraswat Brahmin from North Karnataka. And the Kul Devta is Mangeshi and Shantadurga. Mangeshi is Lord Shiva, and Shantadurga is an expansion of Mother Parvati. And as youngsters, was never much interested in religion, but always had questions regarding spirituality. Who am I? Why are there so many gods? When you say God is one, things like that. So after marriage, my mother said that you must go to the Kul Devta. There's the temple. It's in Goa, uh, and do a puja over there. That is the custom, that is the tradition in the family. And this has been going on since several generations. Not just me, my father's younger brother, his cousins, my grandfather, his brothers, their father, all, it goes back several. So we went over there, and Sachirani and I did whatever was the puja. And that person asked your name and asks your father's name. And this pujari goes in and comes after some time, and he has all these handwritten notes which told the entire family, the Shabad. My last name is Shabad. It comes from a place called Shabadi in northern Canara. The entire Shabad family tree was, and it's all handwritten, no computers. And just by giving him my name and my father's name, and then once we finished that, he wrote down Sachirani and my name. And then, of course, now when we go back again, it is to tell him that now there is, Rohil and Sachia kids are born. So like this, it is only one small little, if you look at it, our individual family trees, of course, it can expand, but it's still very, very tiny. But how the whole thing came into picture. So this is what It starts from, how Manu's descendants contributed to creation and the continuation of the universe's population. Hare Krishna. And then it talks about all the different daughters, how they got married to different sages, who their children were. Now, there are some things which we will learn and hear that, oh, 60,000 sons. How is it ever possible? 60,000 sons. How is it ever possible? It's very easy to understand. We are looking through the lenses, what is relating to us. But there are so many things which is beyond our capacities, capabilities, and whatever is related to us. We know from the Shastra that the previous ages, what lifespans people had. Today we have about 100 years with difficulty, correct? Mostly it is around 60, 70, 80, the clock starts ticking faster. There is people, the next earlier yuga, 100,000, before that 10,000, and before that 100,000. So the capacity and capability of the humans, the jiva, was phenomenal. So if you look at it from that context, then 60,000 suns is um, really nothing extraordinary, so to say. Just as if you hear someone over here saying that, oh, this person has 3 kids, he has 4 kids or 5 kids, or whatever it is. Hare Krishna. So, why is it important to understand that this lineage? What is it? So what it shows is that it highlights how the descendants, these all are our forefathers. Somehow we're all connected. It's a big family, not just on earth but all the planetary systems. And how Swayambhuva Manu started bringing this forward. This was the creation of Sri Vishnu, correct? With his guidance, how he brought order into the universe. Hare Krishna. So, what is it that what is the takeaway from here? So, one is it shows that there's a divine design, and it's not just by fluke or by chance that something has happened, correct? And it is not, it is a it is a systematic process. Even when we start reading the Bhagavatam, as I said, all these 10 topics coming all the way to surrender, Hare Krishna. Also, very, very important is the role of women in creation. Sadly, as time goes, consciousness deteriorates, everything deteriorates. And here in the Kali Yuga, especially now, it is, even in the corporate world, there's something called the glass ceiling. What is the glass ceiling? A woman, Mataji, with the same skills, everything identical to a man, will be paid less. That's the discrimination. And even worse is men, like animals, look at women only as objects of sex objects. So now look at our Sanatan Dharma, what it does, understanding that man is animal-like, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That's all his consciousness revolves around. So to elevate that consciousness, what it is training is every woman other than your wife you refer to as Mataji. And by keep referring Mataji, 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 that consciousness gradually gets transformed. And then we respect the Mataji as a woman and not as an object for exploitation. The other thing from Prabhupada's purpose, we understand what is the purpose of human life. So it says that, the duty of producing children, it should not get in the way of what is the ultimate goal of life for every human being, father, mother, every human being, including the child. What is that ultimate goal? It is to realize and serve Shri Krishna. So it should help in this task, not get in the way of this task. And over here, it also talks about how one can balance whatever are the responsibilities and whatever are the activities related to spiritual pursuits. They don't need to be separate. Everyone has responsibilities as work responsibilities, family responsibilities, social responsibilities, also whatever is the sadhana responsibilities. But it doesn't mean in doing one, the other goes away. It's just a matter of what our consciousness is. It also brings about humility and a bigger perspective on things. When we understand this whole picture, when we see the whole picture, then it is not just whatever is in front of our eyes, I, me, myself, mine. We can actually see the significance of what creation is all about and then who we are. And understanding, this infinitesimal speck that we are, it brings that, and we can then, oh, I'm not so great. Not to say that it'll bring a sense of a low self-esteem. No, it'll put us in the proper position. Humility is always from a position of strength and not weakness. It's only the strong person, a person of strong character, can be humble. He or she knows who he or she is. Correct? And he has no need to dominate others, control others. He knows that he is controlled. The controller is someone else. He knows that he is not the doer. He's just the instrument of getting things done. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, there are many more that we could discuss. We have about 6 minutes. So, getting all this background, what is it we can do to practice in our day-to-day lives is one is, we can acknowledge the role of divine guidance. Everything, including our own life, is part of divine plan. There was this great Beatles member, John Lennon. He's no longer there, John Lennon Prabhu. In fact, Srila Prabhupada stayed in his house when they had gone to London in the early days of ISKCON. George Harrison became Prabhupada's disciple, the other member of the band. And John Lennon was a very spiritual person, and many of his songs which he has written, which were, world famous songs, in one of the songs he had written, life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. So we are doing this, we are doing that, we are controlling this, we are trying to do that, everything. But life is going on. And that life is going on according to Krishna's will. As long as we align with that, then all the bumps, ups, downs, left, right, zigzag, whatever life throws at us, correct? Our consciousness will be above all that and will be better equipped to address those things. Otherwise, we are caught up. Whenever it is going up, we think, oh, everything is going according to my plan, and we are so happy. When it is going down, then we become very depressed and sad. Hare Krishna. Then also what we can understand is when we see the family can be the platform of bringing us closer to Krishna, everyone collectively in the family. Sometimes in the family, there is one member who is more interested in Krishna consciousness. Sometimes it can happen that one member is against bhakti and sadhana actively, you know. So there are different dynamics in a family, albeit it comes to us that how we respond, how we treat them. We cannot treat them as, oh, this person is a demon. Oh, this person, my family member is pro Krishna, Hare Krishna, so my favorite. No, they're all are Krishna's children. Bhakti Charu Maharaj has said, look at your family as Krishna's family and you are the caretaker of that family. So even the person who is against Krishna consciousness, serve that person, do your duty. Hare Krishna. And of course, this is anyway the culture we have of respecting Mataji's and the contribution. Actually, Mataji is always in the background. It's the Prabhus who are getting the visibility. One sense, there's no Mataji and Prabhu. It's just that this form that we have, Mataji and Prabhu, and according to the form, there are certain emotional and psychological makeup. But typically, Matajis are in the background and Prabhus always in the forefront. There is also a reason why it is done because I told you, the male is very lusty, so to say. But all the same, women are not meant to be subjugated and dominated. We cannot assert dominance when it is said that the Mataji is always under the care and shelter of the Prabhu. When she's a child of her father, she gets married, it's the husband, and then later on in old age, it is with the son. But doesn't mean that someone is in your care that you can dominate that person. Care means to serve the person, emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, there are 2 more minutes. If anyone has a question, we can address it or in Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Very good. If no one has a question, over to you, Madhupati Prabhu.
Okay, Amitabh Babu, thank you very much. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. This weekend, we're going to have this wonderful seminar by Arudha Mataji on art of Krishna conscious parenting. So I will encourage all who are parents or teachers in Krishna school, Sunday school, or would like to know more about parenting in a Krishna conscious way to attend. It will be from 3 to 6 p.m. on Sunday with a break in between. And then Gopal Hari Prabhu, Arudha Mataji's son and illustrious devotee, is also going to give a Sunday class. So make sure that you attend and you register. The registration link has been sent out. It's free of charge, no cost to that, but so that we know how many people are attending, and we can make proper arrangement. That's where we will have this. Yeah. Okay. We like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Nrsinga Jai Nrsinga Jai Jai Nrsinga. Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bingam. Ugraveera Mahavishnu
Ugraveeram
Sarvata
Mahavishnu
Mukham.
Jalantam Sarvatomukham
Nrsingham
Narasimham
Bhishana
Vishnu
Bhadramitya
Bhadramati Mati
Namyam.
Nimamyam.
Nrsinga Bhagwan ki
Ki
Jai.
Jai,
Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha
Panchakalpataruvasya Kupasindhu Bhavecha Patitanam
Patitanam Pavnebhayo
Bhavnebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
Namo
Namaha
Namah.
Vaishnavinda ki
Ki
jai.
Jai,
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
Ki
जय
Jai,
प्रभुपाद की
Ki
जय
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari 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 Bol.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Hari
you,
Bol.
Thank you
everyone.
everyone.
Hare
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.